All right, so joined by Avery Oitomen following a 34-34 draw with Rugby Atlanta. Avery, just first off, man, just your thoughts on the game as obviously you guys got down really early but managed to fight back not just once but twice in this game.
Yeah, well, I just think that the boys put a really hard shift in. We had a really hard training week, and it's just about transferring that onto the pitch here today. I think we did that pretty well. So.
Perfect, and so obviously it's a big, you guys got a nice try bonus point. You were obviously a contributor to that. First try since rejoining the team since your year in 2019. What did that mean to you to score that try and kind of get the ball rolling for your team?
Yeah, I think it's been a really hard 3 years for me, a lot of adversity. I just want to thank kind of my family for the support that they've given me, coaching staff, they've helped a lot, my teammates, and mostly like ownership for giving me the opportunity just to play rugby in my hometown. I'm really grateful.
Perfect. And so how are you guys? How do you think looking into training for the next week here? How do you guys think you're going to be able to continue to kind of build off of a pretty big performance here today?
I just think it's about momentum. I just think we have to hit the ground running on Monday and just carry that over into the next game. I think we're in a really good place going into this next match. So.
Perfect. And any thoughts on the fancy cracked ice jerseys today?
I love them, to be fair. They're beautiful. So, I mean, probably my favorite design I've seen in the MLR. So, yeah, happy days.
Perfect, Avery. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, joined by Travis Larsen right now. So Travis, before we get into the game, we'll start off. You're celebrating your 50th cap right now. Played for a handful of teams across the MLR, and now getting your 50th cap with in Toronto with Toronto's team. What does the moment mean to you?
Yeah, I think it's one of the things I've learned to celebrate the small moments, and this is something that I'm quite proud of. To 50 games, and it's good to do with a good bunch of guys back home in Canada.
Perfect. And do you have, over your time in Major League Rugby, any memories that kind of stick out as you're doing the capping ceremony there? Anything that's going through your head and what you're thinking about during that moment?
Yeah, there's been a few for sure. I think playing with my brother in the first year was a real special moment for me. First time we got to play together, and I really enjoyed running out with the young fella. So that was really special. And honestly, this year so far, just returning back to Canada. I'm born here, and I actually play in the exhibition season here. So to return home and play a few games for Canada's team, it's pretty special, to be honest. I'm really enjoying it.
Perfect. And how does it, I guess, kind of feel today too during that 50th, during your 50th cap? You guys had a pretty big performance here today. It's a 34-34 draw, but you guys had two massive comebacks even within that game. Just kind of, what are your thoughts on how the team performed today?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a draw always feels a bit empty, but it's better than a loss. So it was definitely a step in the right direction for us. We've talked about building for the rest of the season and building into next year. So I think that's a step in the right direction. We know Atlanta's a real physical team. So to come into this game, we want to match them physically, and I think we did that today. And I think if we cut out a few of our errors, we could have taken that game. So it's a good game to learn lessons from, and I think we'll learn a lot from that.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously a key part of this game, because when you guys got down 17-0, you're kind of gathered, within the shadow of your own goalpost there. What's kind of the message to the team that you're trying, that we're all kind of trying to send at that point? Just that kind of spark maybe a little bit of a resurgence.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're trying to bring it back to the moment at the moment. So we're trying to break the game into little 10-minute blocks. So instead of thinking bigger picture, just come back to the present. Obviously we're 17-0 down, but just having a reset, take that breath, and just do what we can do next. That's all we can control. So we're trying our best to focus on the game in small segments, and I think that made a big difference today. Just kind of resetting and saying, right, let's tackle this next 10 minutes and try and win that, because we obviously didn't start well, but we turned it around then.
Perfect, Travis. Thank you for your time. All right, joined by Mitch Richardson now. So Mitch, obviously a pretty interesting game. You guys end up with a draw against Atlanta, but two comebacks in there, and obviously you had a pretty big try as well. Just thoughts on the game as a whole.
Yeah, we're usually a team in the last couple of weeks, a good 60, and then the last 20 kind of isn't us. I think it was kind of the reverse today. We didn't have a good first 20 minutes, and then our last 60 were outstanding. I mean, I just feel like if we could put a full 80-minute performance, there's no doubt that win's going to come hopefully very soon.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, during that part of the 82, you guys from on the attacking side of the ball, even despite having a yellow card, really seemed to kind of push the game, pushed Atlanta. What was kind of the motivator behind that, or any kind of strategic things that you guys may have been doing or may have adjusted from previous this season?
Yeah, I think the main thing is just being tired of losing. It's a terrible feeling having to travel on a loss or at home on a loss, that game was right there for us. So I think that was a big motivator. And then just how we're training, right? Like just exhausting trainings on our Mondays and Tuesday just to prepare us for this moment. So, and we just couldn't capitalize, but just trying to chase that win, it's a big motivator.
Yeah, for sure. And so obviously you scored a try in this game. Big turnover caused from Rumball Flesh, and then Faliva kind of took off and you followed up the play. What were you kind of seeing on that play as that developed, and how'd you end up crossing over the line?
Yeah, so we just identified that they were kind of weak on their short side. They usually kept their front three on the edges. So once I seen the one, I think it was the three, I just backed my pace really, and then threw a dummy to try and get that last defender to go, and then just pinned the ears. That's really all I seen.
Perfect. And so you guys are obviously you're wearing some very fancy threads today. The cracked ice jerseys. Just kind of your thoughts on what do you think of the Arrows' new look for the game?
These things are unreal. I think I love it. I wish this is our everyday jersey. So, but yeah, it was great. The upper management designed it, and they did a fantastic job.
Perfect, Mitch. Thank you for your time.
Cheers.
All right, I'm joined by Arrows captain Lucas Rumball. So Lucas, just your general thoughts on the game there. Obviously, maybe not quite the win, but you guys come away with a draw and two, I guess, kind of big comebacks within the game itself.
Yeah, a little frustrating on one side, but I'm pleased on another side. I think we've really struggled second half play, especially maybe that last 20 throughout the year, and I thought we really brought it and put ourselves in a spot to, take a shot for a win this week, and we've made some strides for sure coming into this week.
Yeah, for sure. And so obviously, one of the things that obviously did happen in this game, you guys got off to a little bit of a slow start, but were able to turn that around really quick and managed to tie the game initially. What was kind of the message that, as the captain, that you were trying to send there, as the boys got down early, but able to lift themselves back up?
So as we reviewed our NOLA game, obviously, and I think it was a game where we'd make a mistake and compound errors and keep compounding errors and not bounce back from it. So for us during that bye week, it was a focused, an error's okay. You're going to make mistakes. It's what you do after and how you bounce back from it.
Perfect. And any thoughts on how you guys performed during that yellow card? It kind of obviously you guys went down, but seemed to kind of still dictate the play and were able to put some points on the board as you kept building toward the comeback too.
Yeah, sometimes with a yellow card, I think the boys feel they need to work that extra bit harder, and there's that little bit of extra motivation because you're a man down. I think that really came through for us during that period.
For sure. And for yourself, you're celebrating your 50th cap here alongside teammate Travis Larsen. You become just the third Arrows player to have all 50 of their caps with the team, following Mike Shepard and Paul Cialini. What does that moment mean to you, and what are you kind of thinking about during the capping ceremony at the end of the game?
It's a huge honor for me. I'm a Scarborough boy, so to do it in my hometown and to be surrounded by my family, my friends, my girlfriend, it was a real honor for me to be here and be able to do that in front of them.
Perfect. Does it mean anything like maybe say a little bit more special having guys like Matt Heaton captaining teams on the other side as well? It looked like he kind of gave both of you and Travis a little bit of recognition before the game too.
Yeah. I've grown up my rugby career with Heats, and it's always a pleasure to play against him. We're always battling when it comes to that international stage for that 7 jersey. There's always a good friendly rivalry between us, and I look forward to every match I get to play against him.
Perfect. Thanks, Lucas. I appreciate your time. Congrats on the 50.